make something happening quicker, there'd be mountains of Ferraris and naked women everywhere, because people aren't responsible enough now, at the moment in their current condition, to be able to take on that responsibility of making things happen quicker. We can all do it. I prove it in my life all the time. You're doing it all the time. Boom, boom. You think of something, it's done. Boom, boom. The right person turns up. Woof. Wow. You meet that person. Wow. There's that. So I think that's what's happening now, and I'm very excited at that point we're at now. And the people have been suppressed for so long. They're getting their power back. But my caveat is that we must prepare ourselves psychologically to be able to handle that responsibility. At the moment, Caroline, we're trapped in, it's a casino, global casino mental asylum that's just gone completely mad, and it's become normal. Yeah? And I see it now, the people are starting to realise that now. And so the big question is, how do you stop it? Well, Gurdjieff said before you want to escape from any prison, you must know you're in prison. And only the guests I've seen, only once you start pressing against the prison walls do you see that actually it is a prison. It is. The police really are like the SS. Yeah? It's a horrible analogy to give, but I see it's a little bit like Auschwitz, our world now. I know people will shout and scream at me for saying that. Yeah?
That's like we're little hens clucking around in the farmyard.
We're farmed for our energy. It's a fact, Caroline.
That's
it's
right.
A human farm. And we're all farm. Now, most people would say, well, I want to make this point. Am I going on too much?
No.
Okay. I'm an easy guest, yeah. I want to make this point. So it's a human farm. We're being farmed for our energy. I was just talking to someone about it now. So we're born into slavery. There's no doubt about it. Make no mistake about it.
Well, we know about the legal fiction, don't we? That's for sure.
Yeah,
slavery.
Yeah. Now, most people, I can prove there's a huge awakening now, because most people years ago when I used to talk about this, they'd say, I can't face it, I can't hear that. Just let me do my job that I hate, come home, sit in the traffic, drink my wine, that's all I want to do. So I don't want to hear about the bad news. But I say to people, if you're like that, you're complicit in your very own slavery that you complain about. That's why I come back to the worm of the midwives now of the future. We have to take responsibility now and realise it is us now, here, on the planet, who have to see the prison and see the slavery and see the corruption in banking and see the lies and cheating in government, because that is what's going to change it, But it's a very exciting time. So what I say to people now is, don't see it as bad news, see it as good news, because when you see and have the courage to face the system like you are, Caroline, what it does is it shifts something inside a person. It's like, that's why I didn't feel quite right all these years. I was right to feel depressed. I was right to feel in despair. I was right to want to drink myself to death. I was right sitting in that traffic jam, hating going to work every day and just getting enough money just to pay my bills. You're damn right you were right. It's not right. It's slavery. Yeah?
You've got it even from the pulpit. You've got, some churches, they want you to think exactly in a certain way. And if you don't think in that way, there's something odd about you.
That's why a lot of the religions break it down now, Caroline, and there's a lot of wisdom in the religions, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
In Islam and Christianity and all these religions. But people are realising now that they've got to get off the teat of presidents, politicians, popes, priests, the Queen. They've got to now realise that they've been tricked for millennia to hand their power over to a higher authority, and in my opinion, I think because we've lost the God in ourselves and the great power that we possess, a huge power to shift and manifest, I think we're looking outside ourselves, and we're perfect prey. We're born, they easily enslave us because we're looking for someone to tell us what to do. We all want to be spoon-fed. Please tell me what to do.
And we have that herd mentality, don't we?
We do.
We don't want to stand out from the crowd necessarily. Well, some of us do, but not everybody wants to do that.
No,
they just want a quiet life, don't they?
Yeah, and fear, Caroline, this system's based on fear.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And fear is terribly paralytic to consciousness and development. Yeah. So
you talk about consciousness.
Okay, consciousness. My main concern in the world at the moment, we're talking about awakening here, and I always put a caveat in and say, look, don't put me on a pedestal and say I think I'm awakened. Speak to my wife, if you think I'm this guy who's got it all worked out. No, I'm not. I'm a fallible human being. But our consciousness has been choked off very early on in our lives, and fear is paralytic to development, psychological and psychic development, our wonderful wonderful skills that we've got, telepathy, all these things, contact with other realms of existence, which I know is possible. This happens to me. So when we're talking about consciousness, it's been purposely choked and dulled. What's the last thing you would want if you were corrupt governments or evil?
You wouldn't want people thinking outside the box, would you?
That's the last thing you'd want is for people to wake, not even wake up, keep you asleep as lucid like a spider.
And you divide them, don't you? You put coloured rosettes on them so they can fight out amongst themselves.
It's perfect. Honestly,
yeah.
I keep saying to people now there's an urgency. My book's called The Emergency Transformation of Human Beings. It's an emergency now that we drop the labels. Yeah. I was with my father last year when he died. You know, it was a very sad time, but I remember him saying how beautiful everything was. But when you get closer to death, all your identities are stripped away. Your name, your colour, your religion, your flag, your divisions. There's no borders from space, Caroline. So we're easy prey. We're divided and conquered. And I have to say to people, your old traditions are beautiful, you know. But we have, if we want to move forward as humanity and be free, we have to drop everything. We have to drop all the religions that we so.
Yeah.
Because look, the Quran, the Bible, and all these things are great. They're great wisdom. They are wonderful roadmaps to get you back towards being in contact with something beautiful, powerful. But they are just theology. They're the theology. They're the words. They're the intellectual overlay. Real religion is experiential. So that's why I say when people are going to die, almost, then everything's stripped away from them, and they find they re-tap into that consciousness, that beautiful, which they were looking for all their lives desperately, which had been robbed from them from when they were children going to school. We get robbed. We have been spiritually robbed.
Well, you have to conform so much, don't you? I mean, when you start off life, you think that your child is going to have these aspirations, but in actual fact, when they go to school, teachers want the kids to conform. People, when they get to work, the employer wants their employees to conform. And if you stand out of line, if you whistle blow, that's your chances blown.
Your chances blown. And that's another point, a very quick point, Alex. I think it's what you're saying just reminds me of something. If I put something on Facebook, like one of the talks I do with somebody, you know, I get like a couple of likes, you know, and because my work is very controversial, you know, because it talks about the truth. That's very controversial, by the way.
You're always going to get shot at. You'll always get trolled.
Yeah. When the truth is an enemy of a system, you know that enemy's evil and corrupt. So the people who are being banged off YouTube now and censored and everything like that, it's the truth that's got. It's like a smelling salts for people. So the last thing they want, or the evil sort of controllers, if you like, who think they're in control, it's like a big ship. The last thing they want is the people in the engine or the slaves to wake up. So they want to choke everyone else off. So on my Facebook, I hate Facebook, but I've got to use it. If I put a picture on of me in Greece with no shirt on, or a picture of me on my motorbike, it's like big ticks and some of my artwork. I'm an artist. All these ticks. Oh, Jason's fantastic. I put an interview with me and a guest like David Icke there, or Paul Craig Roberts, who was in the Treasury with Ronald Reagan, who was actually shining a bright light, saying, "This is hell and evil, corruption by these nutcases, these psychopaths in government." Right? No ticks, nothing. Maybe the odd one. And I'll tell you one of the reasons why, Caroline. It's come to me recently. When you go for a job, or you go for an interview, or in your current employment, often your boss or your employer will be checking what you look at. More fear. So people are so controlled by fear. So people are terrified to even let employers or a future employer know what they're looking at, and that they're looking at the truth, because that seemed to be controversial. You know, look at Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Gandhi, all these beautiful, wonderful people that were speaking about the truth. Yeah? They all got killed, yeah? And they were all seen to be terrorists. We're terrorists, Carol. That's what we are now.
We are. That's the definition.
We're terrorists. So it's a beautiful time. Back to the awakening of consciousness. I think people now, it's like there's really is an awakening. I'm speaking to people all the time, and
that's about education, isn't it?
yeah.
Because they're starting to ask questions, and then we need to be there to help them sort of talk about their thoughts, their perspective, and what if. It's like 5G. Up until a couple of months ago, I knew nothing about 5G. And people said, why don't you talk about it? I said, I can't talk about anything unless I know something about it. And so talking to people like Mark Steele.
I was talking to Mark the other day on the phone, and Mark's going to do a Skype, live Skype thing at our next conference about 5G. Remind me to give it a plug.
Oh, when's your next conference?
It's on the 11th of next month, August. It's on Saturday at 6 o'clock in the Civic Hall in Totnes. We've got Mark Steele, we've got Dr. Graham Downing coming down. I think Brian Geddes hopefully is going to be there. And we've got another few speakers there.
You've got a plug there.
I'll be hosting as well.